It's Feedback Gaming. Welcome back for another versus series. It is the Stani Royal Rumble, the Rumble Stan, where all the Stan nations in Central Asia will battle it out to see who is number one. It is 2016, the 1st of June, and here are all the combatants. So we've got Pakistan, Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan. Let's start off with Pakistan. Oh, by the way, yeah, if you guys like... Yeah, so, I mean, this is the end of the week now, so I might do another week of Versus Series if there's enough support for it. More guys want it, so feel free to make requests for any further nations in future that you'd like to see verse each other. I do take all your suggestions on board, and don't forget to drop a comment for any suggestions, because trust me, we've not had them all yet, and I do take them all into account, and I read every single comment. Alright, here we go. Pakistan, they are fielding a manpower of 262,000 with 300 main battle tanks. They have 29 divisions, 4 military factories, 13 civil factories, 15 ships, 307 planes. I realise reading ships out is kind of pointless because they're the only ones that are going to have ships, aren't they? And the 729,000 manpower. That's some insane manpower for volunteer only. That is pretty good. I'm going to go for Afghanistan. Let's go with the total manpower in the field. 73,000. 100 main battle tanks. That's a disproportionately large amount of tanks compared to their overall army size. 6 divisions, 1 military factory, 4 civvies, no air force, no navy. 1.11 million manpower on extensive conscription. So they have ability to tap into a lot of manpower. How will that affect the game? Because they're the first ones to have that so far? I'm not sure. Turkmenistan. 41,000. No battle tanks other than light tanks. 5 to 7 divisions. I want to talk about 5 to 7 divisions. Why are you not giving me the actual number? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh my goodness. We'll start over. So, strangely enough, they start off with not full supply troops. So let's just start again. So, 21 to 39,000. So, interesting enough, they've only got 21,000 in the field, but a maximum of 39 based on the division size. Interesting. 150 main battle tanks. That's a lot of tanks to say based on their overall size. 6 divisions, 1 military factory, 4 civvies, 179 planes, and 18 manpower. Yeah, that's right, you read that right. 18. They have basically no manpower. Interesting. Next one is going to be, what's the next one? Uzbekistan. Very interesting shaped borders. A very sharp V there. Okay, Uzbekistan, we have 52,000 in the field, no battle tanks. 8 divisions, 2 military, 10 civvy factories, 99 planes, and 87 manpower. Now the almighty, all huge Kazakhstan, a nation that is very large, but disproportionately underpopulated. Underpopulated? Unpopulated. There's the word I was looking for. Yep, here we go. So they have 41,000 in the field. So if you can see, compared to some of these smaller ones, they still have a relatively small manpower. No battle tanks. 0. None. Nil. 12 divisions, 3 military, 7 civvies, 118 planes, 195 manpower. Kyrgyzstan. 18 total manpower in the field, 100 battle tanks. That's a strangely large amount of battle tanks compared to their overall army size. We have 3 divisions, 1 military, 3 civvies, 61,000 manpower in the field, no air force, no navy. Finally, Tajikistan. I feel like I know how to pronounce this from watching Borat. I think he talked about it once. 3, no, we've started in the wrong place. 13,000 manpower in the field, no main battle tanks. 3 divisions, 1 military factory, 3 civil factories, 24,000 in the field, on volunteer only. Alright boys, let's kick this off. I know we have a clear, well, it looks clear, but the way that okay, so this is my little prediction time. So Pakistan clearly has the biggest overall army size in all proportions. All the others are relatively similar strength. Kazakhstan has got the land on their half, so they can burn attrition over a long period of time. There's some interesting mountainous bits around Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan. And also Afghanistan is literally just all mountains. Aside from the south, it's a bit deserty. But then again, on the other hand, so is most of northern Pakistan. Lots of mountains as well. So my issue is going to be, as Pakistan makes moves and pushes further north, they're going to have to get through a lot of mountains before they reach some of their opponents. So maybe they'll burn out before that even happens. Maybe this will be a complete clusterfuck and no one will actually win. Who knows? Let's find out. But here we go, boys. We have started the game. Let's observe Pakistan to begin with. So they are deploying their divisions right now. They are moving them onto the border right now. Pakistan currently is getting... Oh, they currently have lost air supremacy in the whole of Pakistan. I wonder who to. I would assume that it would be... I don't know, I guess it could be... It's difficult to say because Afghanistan didn't have an air force, did it? Let's go 5 speed, let's see what's going to go down. So right now, who's going to take the first piece of land? Who is going to make the first move? The AI is always reluctant to activate its orders until it's fully prepared. So maybe we're going to see... I don't know. I would say Pakistan, but it's difficult to say. Looking at all the borders, have they planned their attacks and whatnot? The Kazakhstanis have got a nice frontier. Tajikis, they really don't know what borders to cover. Oh, we have our first combat here. The Pakistanis have launched their attack into this tiny little slither of land just that connects them to China. Doesn't look like they're successful in taking it. Is it mountains? It is mountains. Oh, but they have taken it. Okay, it didn't look like they were gonna. Let's slow the game down. Yeah, so they're the first attack, and they have absolutely obliterated the Afghanis. They have taken Kabul. Is this Kabul? Yep. And they are pushing further north. Relatively unopposed as well. Yeah. The most part, I think they've probably encircled more divisions than anything. Yeah, they have. They have got the northern capital, 2 victory points. Is it going to be able to hold out? 75 national unity? Possibly. If they lose those 3 northern cities, though, they are pretty screwed. So at the start of the game, if you're already aware, I have made sure that everyone's declared war on everyone. So it is completely balanced, well, as much as it can be based on the game itself. But there you go. Another attack being launched in the north, pushing into the mountains here. This is the big struggle for Pakistan. Every time they're going to make gains and make pushes, they're going to be plowing and bashing their head against mountains. It's going to be a nightmare for them. Another push in the north here. They're going to squeeze that northern frontier a little bit more. And it looks like they have pushed them back. Oh, no, they've not. No. There is a lot of sandstorm here, so it's very difficult to see what's going on. Sandstorm reduces air detection. Increases air accidents. Ground bombing targeting minus 100%. Organization regen minus 50%. So it pretty much null and voids aircraft and destroys division recovery as well. Alright, I'm going to speed the game up once again. I don't think the other factions are going to be safe enough to attack. Maybe Kazakhstan might try and attack. Who knows? We'll see. Small gains being made by the Pakistanis here. Slowly crawling further north. They're not making any more further gains though. Not looking confident from their end, but a little bit less risky from the Pakistanis aimed. Yet again, no movement in the north whatsoever. I would guess that the AI isn't confident enough to make a push, knowing that they can't take land without taking some serious losses. And with a lack of divisions, that's probably why that's not happened. So the Afghanis now have unified a kind of secure front line. 3 divisions in the south, 4 in the north, and a very quick push towards their capital of Myanmar. Trouble with supply. 1 division has just been cut off, 3 of them down, and Pakistan has made them a puppet. No, they're not. What they've chosen to do... Okay, so this is going to be weird. So what's just happened here, which I never predicted this, is Pakistan has chosen not to puppet, which would have been alright, and not annex, which would have definitely been alright. They've chosen just to change the government type to Islamic. So now they have troops that are... Okay, so this is the first time I've actually needed to intervene here, but we're going to have to intervene, unfortunately. And T-debug. Annex, AFG, there you go. And we're back. Okay, so they did make a slight push. into Tajikistan, and they do grab these 2 tiles. They were suffering from some crazy attrition though when the war did end. There's no way around that really. I mean, in all the 3 possibilities, there's 2 possibilities of puppeting and annexing would have worked out totally fine for them, but they went for the option where they just changed the government type. So in that case, can't really do that much. Pakistan, okay, I was just saying for a second, Pakistan's behaving a bit weird. They're not assigning their armies to different frontiers and whatnot. So they have made a slight push in Tajikistan, and the capital of Tajikistan is currently open right now, so they could make a push into that and take it out, but they've not. I'm not sure why. They have assigned a front line. They are building planning bonus. These divisions are battered and bruised. Pushing through the Afghan mountains is a freaking nightmare. And they have made a push. This is a unified push on all the fronts. A little bit push into Turkmenistan, and they've gained some gains. And it looks like they're going to push into Tajikistan as well with yet again, very little resistance, taking the capital, and they're going to collapse on themselves. Are you going to make a new caliphate? Yes, you have. Oh, stop doing this. Okay, annex. There we go. Okay, I can do this within observe mode. Okay, that's nice to see. So they did make a slight push here, and they did grab 1... I'm not actually sure, because this is northern Afghanistan, so they've only actually grabbed 1 tile from Turkmenistan. Just the 1. The problem now is Pakistan is probably going to get burnt out. 69% of their armies are fully supplied. Let me have a look at some of the others. Oh, another push again by Pakistan, pushing into, is it Uzbekistan? Recruit more administrators. Okay, 99%, 98%. Just a cheeky little look to see how well they're supplied. Okay, the game is doing that really annoying thing where it likes just to jump out every when I want to click on it. That's so annoying. 96%, 96%. Tajikistan has been puppeted, which is good because that means they can still use them to push into enemy territory. Let me just have a little cheeky look. Yep. Have they actually puppeted them though? Where's the puppet? Did it say puppet or am I losing my mind? Yeah, again, further pushes towards Uzbekistan here. Slight pushes. The capital is in a very weird spot because the west is desert and the east is urban, so they can fight here. Tashkent. Trying their absolute best to repel them here. Not having a lot of joy though. So why aren't they fighting on this front? They are, but there's just no troops positioned now. That's really strange. Or is there? I just can't see them. Oh, there are. I just can't see them. They've decided to pull off 2 divisions here that are finally broken anyway. It's interesting in the future, because what's going to happen in the future is that the AI can merge divisions. So in this situation, would the AI merge divisions maybe? Since that's upcoming in the new DLC, it'd be interesting to see. Oh, there's an open goal here for Tashkent here. If they take that, that means Uzbekistan will collapse on itself. Small push into the southern mountains of Kyrgyzstan. Not much progress. I am actually a little bit disappointed that no one else is deciding to make any other pushes. I thought Kazakhstan would be able to make a push here, and they have got some decent number of divisions. They're fully in supply, and yeah, but for some reason they're just not choosing to make pushes or gains. 29 divisions, 6 military factories. At the moment, this guy says he can't do it. He can't make a push. He's not willing to commit, which gives me the impression. Oh, but then again, he did make a push there, and looks like the capital is about to fall. Is this going to be it? We've got like a lot of combat width here, so they managed to push in through different angles. And they've taken it. Is that the end? No, they've not. They've currently got an 80% unity, so they're just holding with a new desert capital. So we have 3 capitals now within short reach of each other. Definitely the one in Kyrgyzstan is definitely in close reach, only 2 tiles away. There's some possibilities of some crazy high damage. Also a little bit of trouble in this area. If you're normal in the HOI4 game, you usually get trouble with supply in these regions. And it's just due to the way the game works. Soviet steppes region are always kind of like bad areas to fight due to attrition of the deserts, as well as bad infrastructure as well. That's one thing the game doesn't take into account. Where you build infrastructure doesn't affect the price of the infrastructure, does it? Because technically building infrastructure in a desert is more difficult than in temperate regions, isn't it? A little bit look at the air game right now. We have some air superiority in Kazakhstan from the Pakistanis' perspective. And just think about it now. The Pakistanis now have gained a lot of extra planes, haven't they, from pushing further north. So at this point, they do have the ability to guide where their planes are going to be to make further pushes. And usually, the easiest way to push into mountains when you're struggling is to get air superiority and get some ground support to make further pushes. And a lot of people say use mountaineers, and mountaineers, as great as they are for getting buffs to attacking and defending mountains, the truth is that the buffs aren't that great, so I just feel like it's not worth it. I thought for a second someone got puppeted, but I must have just imagined it. Alright, we'll give it another minute or so and we'll see if they're willing to make a push. What's the problem? Friendly air supremacy, superiority. Large river, still preparing. Some divisions not in position. Maybe when they're in position, and when they've done some planning, they might be able to do an assault. If you look at these divisions of the Uzbekistan, they're all full strength. Or mostly full strength. So these are going to be very difficult to crack. On the other hand, these divisions here might be a lot easier. What's the production looking like for Pakistan at the moment? Focusing on motorized. Keep switching these around for some reason. Support equipment's a bit behind. Could really do with some equipment, but they're still not focusing on that for some bizarre reason. Are we going to get any more pushes here, guys? Or is this going to be it? This is kind of how I imagined it in my head, because as you can see, they've made pushes, they broke through, they burnt themselves really dry, and now they're pretty stuck. They don't know what to do. This would be a good spot to attack because it's desert. You can combine a lot of firepower into this hold and push and swish towards the capital. And when the capital falls, more than likely the whole thing will come crumbling down. So what we got? 1 victory point and 3 victory points. Guys, are we going to have to call this one early? So not only is this the first one I've needed to do where I've needed to intervene, but it's also the first one where we might not have an indecisive end to the campaign. I am so disappointed in Kazakhstan. I really thought they would make a push, but they've not. What? Oh, I think I misread it. So what's happened is Kazakhstan has taken out Kyrgyzstan. And they puppeted them. Oh, okay. I got confused. Guys, I know you guys in the comments are going to be so rattled right now. Like, oh, Dave, it's so obvious. Why didn't you read it? Okay, well, that's actually kind of cool. So that means there has been... Well, Kazakhstan has actually done something, put it that way. So we'll look at the current outlook. But it's actually a quite good idea if you think about it, isn't it? Because you could just... Well, I guess you could scrape manpower, but... you still lose all the divisions, don't you? So it's, I don't know, I'm on the fence with that one, so I'm not sure. But it looks like to me, like this is a duel between Pakistan and Kazakhstan. Is someone gonna make a move? Is there gonna be progression? Are you in enemy territory there? I don't know what's going on there. Because that will totally destroy Uzbekistan. If they're managing to take out this one tile here, that means they'll all fall down and they'll become crippled. Let's have a look at the casualties. Oh, this is going to be difficult because they're all different wars, aren't they? Let's look at Pakistan. So Pakistan lost 2,000 to Turkmenistan. And the problem is in all the wars... Okay, so this is not really going to be a productive way of looking at this, because this is... Yeah, because I can't see the previous wars, and the previous wars and the concluded wars are the ones that actually matter. I'm surprised there's not a ledger in this game where you can look back on previous wars to find out what actually happened and what's gone on. Guys, I think we're going to conclude this here. I don't think there's going to be any more progress at this point. This is one of the issues with the game sometimes. If it's areas where there's some really bad terrain and the countries don't have a lot of divisions, they tend to be a little bit passive and inactive. It's just the way the AI works. The AI tends to be kind of prioritize defense over offense, which causes these stalemates where both sides turtle in. But no, I think we have a conclusion. What would you call this? I guess Pakistan is a slight victory for them, right? What would you say? I would say a slight victory for Pakistan. Because they've managed to annex, well, change the government of 2 states. And Kazakhstan's puppeted one of them. Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan have done a really good job of just defending and sitting there and doing nothing. But that's pretty much the end of this, guys. Some people have made the suggestion to me, like, why do you seem to do nations that are really imbalanced? Like, what's the point of Pakistan versus India? Because India clearly is going to demolish them. Well, the reason why I do that is because based on your guys' suggestions. If you guys make the suggestion, I feel like I need to just do it and make it and just see how it turn out. I thought that'd be super fun. Because there are going to be some suggestions that are made that aren't balanced at all. With the next time I do this, I'll try and aim for ones that are a little bit more balanced, that can have unpredictable results. And that's what I'll try and do in future. Guys, if you enjoyed this series, remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time or next week. And have a good day. See you soon. Bye-bye.